when he went against one of the world's biggest distributors of alcohol and spirits.
Apparently started helping him out with tasks like making his bed or cleaning his cell.
The guy said something to the effect of, I could hurt you at any time.
What does the entertainment landscape look like, Diddy coming home in 30 days?
Same as it look now, bleak.
I say, big. He said, yo, what up, Gene? I said, yo, man, niggas gonna try to come kill us tonight, big. I just got some intel. Lil C said, Gene, go ahead on with that old cop shit. You think you know everything.
Diddy's life in jail has had some conflicting reports, but insiders have revealed his life isn't as easy as you might think. After he got attacked for being too cocky, he's been put in his place and has had to do his dirty work by himself for once. After all, the industry sent him to jail to take away his power in the first place. Let's take a look at what people have had to say regarding his stint in jail in the first place, starting with former bodyguard Gene Deal. Gene said that while Diddy could be a coward sometimes, he was someone who could hold his own in a fight when he had to.
If people think that Diddy ain't gonna defend himself and he's some, what you call a band, you know what that means, bish, he's some band, they got him wrong. He's gonna defend himself. I've seen him hold his own with a couple of dudes who was strong in the street. In Harlem, in Mount Vernon. So I'm just saying this to say that it's only so much he's gonna take before there's only so much he's gonna take to defend himself, you know, against anybody.
After all, he was even used to being a powerful music executive for years who had no issue pushing around his artists. And that wasn't just because he had power over them. He kept himself physically ready for fights because of his time on the streets too.
And you've heard about him smacking people. You heard about him, you know, doing something to people out there in the music industry. He ain't do that because he had security around him. And maybe he did. But if you think that you're gonna swing on him and he ain't gonna defend himself, you're wrong. And it was a shame that dude caught him out there like that, but what people don't know, he got the whole, his whole side raided because he was smoking in a unrestricted area, or he was smoking cigarettes and he in the program that he don't supposed to have no kind of nicotine, no alcohol, no nothing. So what he did was he got the dorm area in which he was a part of raided, where they went in there and they start confiscating stuff and they end up getting one guy's phone.
The real reason why Diddy is having a terrible time in jail is because the feds want him out in his place. After all, from the start of his trial, he was sent to a hell-on-earth prison, which had recorded multiple suicides.
Inside a facility that is being called Hell on Earth. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is notorious for its appalling living conditions and rampant violence. How bad is it inside this federal lockup? There have been 2 murders, 4 suicides, and numerous stabbings and lockdowns in recent years. It's so out of control inside that 4 federal judges are reportedly refusing to send any more prisoners here. Donald Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, spent a harrowing year in federal custody. He says for someone used to a life of luxury like Diddy, prison life is a severe shock.
You have a desk, you have a plastic chair, you have your bed with a 1.5-inch mattress, no pillow, and you also have a locker. So you basically have 3 feet by 5 feet to move around. So you have a basic 15 square feet. It is a horrible, horrible place.
Diddy's lawyers had been desperate to keep him out of there, but were unable to. He got so depressed that he had to be put on suicide watch so he didn't end up like Jeffrey Epstein.
Diddy's lawyers were so eager to keep him out of jail, they offered his palatial $48 million home in Miami Beach and his private jets as bail. Today, they are even offering to restrict female visitors to his homes, except for his mother, daughters, and the mothers of his children if he is released. They told the judge the jail he was being sent to is dreadful, dirty, inhuman, and an ongoing tragedy.
How's your dad doing? How's your dad doing?
Family members appeared somber as they arrived at federal court in Manhattan today in another attempt to get out on bail. The judge cited Diddy's history of violent temper and potential intimidation of witnesses as reasons for keeping him behind bars.
But it's hard to get anything when it's the feds themselves who want you in jail. After all, Gene Deal confirmed the fact that Diddy was a federal informant, something also leaked by none other than Diddy's former friend Kanye West.
So I'm saying that to say this. Confidential informants get paid good. But Puff was a millionaire. Him being a confidential informant, him getting money like that, it was favors. He been getting favors and been paying law enforcement people for years to protect him. You understand? To protect him. We had a lot of people on the payroll when we was doing security. Everybody had, somebody might have this first 10 hours, that 10 hours, or whatever. He was paying law enforcement. He had a budget for law enforcement. Now, if something goes wrong, those people got friends in certain places, then plus he tells his handler, yo, can you make this go away for me? I'll give you this and that.
Gene said Diddy used to have law enforcement on his payroll so that he could ask them for favors as long as he gave them useful information against others.
Like you hire lawyers. Those lawyers have police officers and people working for them and investigators. Those investigators were former officers. So all of them in the backyard in Diddy bed together.
So what you think happened? If he was an informant, like what made him turn on him?
Like I said, some people could retire. His name is too much in the news. Like, listen here, bro. They don't want you to be always in the news in a negative form. There's people that's probably worse than Diddy, but they not always in the news in a negative form. And then, like I said before, when he went against one of the world's biggest distributors of alcohol and spirits, they put out a campaign against him.
Gene even said Diddy wouldn't have even gotten the whole 50 months in jail if he had acted more sorry for everything he had done and properly apologized to Cassie. After all, the powerful executives had already taken away his reputation and a large chunk of his money.
The defense hurt Diddy more than they helped Diddy. I think the defense hurt Diddy more than they helped Diddy because they had this celebratory attitude because they got him off the RICO, got him off the other charges and stuff like that. If they wouldn't have went there and just went quiet and waited, the judge may have did some, okay, time served type of things. But everything that happened after the trial, them still trying to get bail, them saying that the judge was being unfair, a lot of things that happened, the celebratory manner in which they did, the judge looked at that was like, yeah, okay, all right, I'm gonna give him something.
He said the defense were Diddy's representatives, and they made it clear Diddy thought Cassie was just a greedy money grubber who wanted a payout.
It may not be what everybody want. He's definitely not going home. He's definitely not going home, but because of their antics, and that was basically the defense. Because the defense was still victim shaming. Don't you know that what you call said that Cassie wanted it? One of the lawyers said Cassie wanted it. And they supposed to speak for Diddy. So if they victim shaming and your own lawyers is not showing that you have any remorse for doing the shit you're doing, those are the people who speak for you. So what the judge gonna do? Okay, let me show him. He won't be walking home today. He won't be going home today. And that's what happened.
Even insiders who had been in federal jail confirmed that Diddy would be treated badly while in jail because of what sort of area he was being out into.
The way they've been treating Diddy in the courts and how they put all these charges on him and just, you know what I'm saying?
I believe personally, he's going to a USP. Maybe. High chance that he's going to a USP because they don't like the fact that he beat all these charges. You know what I'm saying? I really believe Diddy made somebody mad and this stuff came out. You know what I'm saying? Somebody talked to high people, man. Look, man, they said it was something over some, he stole a deal or something. He tricked somebody out a deal or something. Next thing you know, he got the charges. Because look, think of this. Diddy, man, they knew about these freak-offs for years. Everybody was making fun of it. Oh, you ever been to a Diddy party? Oh, I ain't going to no Diddy party. Oh, yeah, Diddy party's wild. Diddy party's wild. All these jokes and all these, you know what I'm saying? All these videos that came out, he kissing kids and, you know what I'm saying? So it never was no secret.
Former prisoner Larry Rescio confirmed that Diddy had been put away because he made some powerful people mad, and they wouldn't want him to have too good of a time. After all, people had known about Diddy parties for years.
But Diddy had somebody in the pocket, or he was locked in with somebody that was saving him. You know what I'm saying? And it just all failed. So now they attacking Diddy. And when they attack you like that, bro, they try to make a statement out of it. So I'm picturing them sending him to the feds, the federal penitentiary, which is going to be, he going into some problems in that joint because look, like I just said, the USPs, you get your paperwork checked, bro. His paperwork is good, boom. But inside your paperwork, it says that he has sexual charges. There's no doubt. People have been watching this case from the joint. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the TV channel. You can watch court TV. People used to watch people courts and all that. They trying to see what's going on with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So it's out there. He has sexual charges.
Still, it says a lot about Diddy if he had the nerve to start making people do his dirty work while in a jail known for bad eggs. Because reports came out that people in and around his jail cell were helping him out with menial tasks like servants. He didn't even want to make his bed himself.
Diddy has allegedly befriended some of his fellow inmates who have apparently started helping him out with tasks like making his bed or cleaning his cell. Prosecutors allege Diddy is also using the phone accounts belonging to some of these other inmates. They say Diddy knows his phone line is being monitored, so by using the other phone lines, he hopes to keep his conversations private. According to court docs, Diddy is partaking in unauthorized three-way calls as a way to send hundreds of texts, and some of these messages are apparently going to people on Diddy's no-contact list. The feds say Diddy has used the accounts of at least 8 other inmates, but they say he's doing more than that. They allege Diddy is also trying to corruptly influence witness testimony and taint the jury pool from behind bars.
Diddy even used others' phone call minutes to threaten witnesses and jury members. One witness, known as Gina, even disappeared after first agreeing to testify and went so off the radar, even the feds couldn't find her.
Prosecutors wrote, quote, "While attempting to invade law enforcement monitoring, the defendant has, among other things, orchestrated social media campaigns that are, in his own words, aimed at tainting the jury pool, made efforts to publicly leak materials he views as helpful to the case, and contacted witnesses through third parties."
Especially if he's being housed with individuals that aren't a threat to him or he's not a threat to them. So I'm assuming they probably are maybe doing some favors for him, maybe even cooking food in the microwave. I mean, they don't have microwaves. Probably whipping up some type of meals from the commissary dishes. Now, they are to have hot water at a certain temperature where they can cook certain processed foods that they buy in commissary, and they're also charged with having ice machines. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're probably not cooking for him, as well as doing other favors, maybe even washing his clothes. So that's not a surprise.
He used his own call, which was being constantly monitored, to try and gather sympathy from the public by calling his kids and having them post the video on social media to make himself look like a poor dad put behind bars for no reason.
Love you more. Can't wait to see you in a couple of days.
I'll see you in a couple of days.
Say it again.
What did you say?
I love you, Daddy. Yeah.
I love you too, baby.
I want to cry. I want to cry because this motherfucker is such a narcissist. He would put his kids through that type of shit and then want to post something like that, like he gonna get some sympathy from somebody. People ain't sympathizing with him. And he gonna use the kids like that so they can gain sympathy. That shit is crazy to me, bro. You understand? If it was really sincere, it would nothing that the world would need to see.
Gene Deal made it clear that his kids had been forced to post the video, and with a father as powerful as theirs, they didn't have much choice, especially his daughters.
But to put your kids through some shit like that, man, and then want to post it, that's some real bullshit. He got to understand those kids is going through and going to be going through enough not having a mother and their father there. But you ain't got to post that shit for the world to see it. And the only reason they post that because he told them to. Now I heard something about Christians supposed to be running his IG now. But we all know he ain't the bird left on the fence.
Because Diddy wouldn't stop prancing around like a peacock and trying to throw his weight around even in jail, he was quickly put in his place. He was attacked in jail, likely by someone paid to get him scared.
We first learned about 2 weeks ago during Diddy's sentencing hearing, and he said, I was sleeping in my bed in the prison. It's a federal detention facility in Brooklyn called MDC Brooklyn, and there are federal inmates who are in many cases waiting for their trial as well. And Diddy claimed that somebody held a knife to his throat. He woke up and this guy basically had him and he had the knife, and Diddy was at this person's mercy. Now, it's unclear what exactly happened from there. Was there a guard that came in? Did Diddy somehow fight this person off? Well, seems unlikely that happened. Or did the person just leave? Bottom line, this guy, at least according to people close to Diddy and Diddy himself, could have hurt him badly or even taken his life.
The words used during the incident made it clear it hadn't been a normal attack or rage-fueled fight between inmates.
Hurt them.
One of Diddy's friends, and that's why the story is kind of has gotten a little bit more attention now today, because one of Diddy's friends has come out and spoken about it as well. And it according to the friend, it sounds like the guy said something to the effect of, I could hurt you at any time, in a little bit of more threatening language, but said something along, in that vein. And it does seem like it was an intimidation tactic. And it sounds like the guy could have obviously, again, hurt Diddy very badly, but chose not to for whatever reason. But saying, I can get to you if I want to.
To go into more detail, a knife was held to his throat out of nowhere. People can't get a knife into federal prison unless someone in power wants them to. He was also involved in a prison fight, after which he had to be separated from others.
One of his close friends is speaking out and saying that while he was sleeping at the MDC Brooklyn jail, somebody came and put a knife, pressed it to his throat. Now, as I keep digging into the story, they're saying, yes, a correctional officer or a police officer was the one who came and basically helped him out and, quote unquote, saved him. Yes.
I think in some sort of protected environment. Remember MDC? Isn't that where the Epstein situation happened? No.
We have breaking news. Rapper Sean Diddy Combs is in solitary confinement after a source says he was involved in a prison fight. Combs is serving a 50-month sentence in a New Jersey prison for transporting sex workers. The source says the fight started with a remark from the other inmate. It's unclear how long Combs will be in solitary confinement. He's expected to be released from prison in 2028.
Jaguar Wright had some simple words to say about Diddy's release, whether it happened sooner or later.
Situation that may occur. They were speaking on Diddy possibly may be able to get out in April next month. Of course, we doubt that'll happen, but if that was the case, if he was to get out next month in April, what does the entertainment landscape look like Diddy coming home in 30 days?
Same as it look now. Bleak. Just not Memphis.
Meanwhile, Gene Deal has made it clear that he will never stand for Diddy's sob stories or him pretending to be a changed man, because everything happening to him in prison is deserved. He has exposed a number of his crimes.
And Jamie was just real touchy-feely, but Puff didn't come out the back. I don't know if Puff came out the back of the tour bus. You understand? And Jamie went back there for a minute or so, then he just came out and he was all touchy-feely with the girls. And I'm looking at this dude like, wow, this dude kind of like touchy-feely with these girls, and he don't even know them. They know him because he's Jamie Foxx. but he didn't know them. So I don't really know their real relationship or how close they was. And it shows that Diddy, poisoned him, or he's the reason why he got sick that night.
Of course, the worst of all is the fact that Diddy let his most earning artist and best friend get killed so he could take over his publishing and benefit from his work for decades on end to fund Bad Boy Records and his lifestyle.
Puff came one day and he had Sally Richardson, her makeup person, and this other chick, I think. And he said, yo, I need D-Rock to ride with me. And then he said, Gene, you stay here with Big. And I was like, which was weird. So D-Rock stayed gone the whole day with Puff. And that never happened, So I guess the chick liked D-Rock or whatever. That's what Puff wanted her to do. And next thing you know, I've gotten phone calls. I got a phone call from Unique from Mecca Audio, right? And Unique from Mecca Audio say, yo, vest up. Those guys is coming to get y'all.
Gene said he made it clear to Diddy that someone was coming to kill them the night Biggie died, and the rapper pushed his best friend right into it. He was so insistent that he told his own bodyguard not to go if he didn't want to, but Biggie had to be at the party.
He comes to the top of the staircase, and I say, yo, Puff, I got some intel, brother. You understand? Now, Puff he ain't never heard me ever tell him not to go nowhere. And I didn't tell him not to go nowhere that night. I said, Puff, I got some intel. The guys are coming to kill us tonight at the museum party. He said, Gene, I don't want to hear that shit. He said, you ain't got to go if you don't want to go. You understand? But I don't want to hear that. He said, yo, what up, Gene? I said, yo, man, niggas gonna try to come kill us tonight, Big. I just got some intel. Lil C said, Gene, go ahead on with that old cop shit. You think you know everything.
How do you think this will end? Will Diddy make it out of jail alive? Or do the powers that be want him gone like Jeffrey so he can't reveal their secrets at all? Comment your thoughts down below and like and subscribe.